you say is the role of civil society in addressing the systematic discrimination that deprives girls of their rights? Mr. Salim, you have the floor.
Okay. Thank you very much. First, congratulations for ACBF for this excellent, concrete, scientific rights-based report, which we will use it as an effective tool as advocacy for changing the situation of girls in Africa as a whole, and specifically in Sudan. The role of civil society is very strong here in Sudan in advocating for the better situation of girls. One of the big challenges is that if we look about the African Charter, is the added value of the African Charter regarding the girls is the articles that prohibit child marriage. But the problem is that the government of Sudan has reservation on this important and crucial article. We have conducted different campaigns regarding this issue, how to convince the government to withdraw this reservation. Since, in addition to this reservation, there is no law that prohibits child marriage. This the rate of the child marriage is very high. So the society, by conducting research, by using this report, we always conduct campaign to withdraw this big problem regarding the reservation of the essence of the charter. Also, the civil society can continue the national campaigns on legal reform to regarding the issue of gender, issue of girls, in addition of protecting girls from violence and establishing a response mechanism. Also, we are working to improve information and reliable data system on child marriage in Sudan. This will give us, since the preference rate is 34%, it's very high. So how to measure our campaigns. Civil society can raise awareness among parents, families, and stakeholders in order to highlight the negative impact on child marriage and FGM. Collaboration and partnership between government and civil society, working closely with communities to address and shift social and gender norms. In conclusion, the government needs to recognize that girls are key drivers for transformation who can trigger in a chain reaction. And also, we believe that Child Rights Forum and CRI in Sudan, they will use the valuable report in advocacy to change the situation of the girls. And also, I would like to add one issue regarding recently one of the progress in Sudan. For the first time, we have a law that criminalizes the FGM, but unfortunately, still the issue of the child marriage is not criminalized. In addition to that, we conducted before 1 week as a civil society meeting with the government relating the reservation of the government in one of the important articles of the African Charter, Article 11, that ensures the right of pregnant girl to continue their education. Since our government has reservation on this article, so as you know, this is a big problem because this will deny the rights of the girls to continue high education, since we have a high percentage of dropouts in Sudan. So withdrawal of this reservation will help a lot. Since the number regarding, we have 1,600,000 girls out of school. Since you have girls out of school, that means they are more exposure to abuse and exploitation. We work with different committees. We submit the alternative report for the African Charter Committee, asking her to continue to contact the government to withdraw this reservation. And also we conduct different forum regarding the raising awareness for the issue of girls, regarding the also budgeting, regarding different issues. And we hope that this report will be as a strong advocacy tool for advocating for better situation for girls. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much to our presenters, and thank you to our panelists. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we are now nearing the end of the program. It is my pleasure to invite Her Excellency, Mrs. Graça Machel, the chairperson of the International Board of Trustees of ACPF, to officially launch the report and to provide us with her closing statement. I thank you all. Madam Chair, you have the floor.
Not with this Sana put up. Am I now? Am I on now? Okay, put it up. Up, not down. What's it doing? Okay. Your Excellency Neo Jane Masisi, the First Lady of the Republic of Botswana, Your Excellency Phumzile Mlambo-Ngcuka, United Nations Under Secretary and Executive Director of UN Women, Your Excellency Minister of Zambia in absentia, Mama Fatima Singatei, UN Special Rapporteur of the sale and sexual exploitation of children, Honorable Joseph Ndaisenga, Chairperson, African Committee of Experts on the Rights and Welfare of the Child, and perhaps the most important person in the room, who is Ms. Sana Bonahari from Kenya, who represents all the girls in our event today. Esteemed panelists, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me a great pleasure and honor as chair of the International Board of Trustees of the African Child Policy Forum, and on my own behalf, to thank you very much for your presence and your contributions to this event we consider one of our flagships of activities of ACPF. Today, November 20, is World Children's Day. It is not by coincidence, but rather by design, that this event is being held on this important day. Each year, World Children's Day is celebrated to promote togetherness and strengthen global, regional, national solidarity to improve the well-being of children. That is what we are doing here today for girls, to join our hands and build alliances to create an Africa where girls are not discriminated, where they equally enjoy their rights, where they thrive and flourish, and that they are active citizens. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, today's event is about honoring girls. It was clear from the robust discussion we had that we aim to hear from girls directly and listen to their experiences and aspirations, amplify their voices, understand their challenges, the challenges they face, revisit our approaches, and most importantly, recommit ourselves to taking urgent and concrete actions to improve their lives. This year, as you all know, marks the 25th anniversary of the Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action. In 1995, when the declaration was adopted, governments identified persistent discrimination and violations of the rights of the girl child as one of the 12 critical areas of concern. This year also marks the 30th anniversary of African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Child. It is with a deep frustration that I report that a quarter of a century later, as revealed in the African Report of Child Wellbeing 2020, girls are still facing discrimination and violations of their rights, and in some ways, in a manner and to an extent that is unprecedented. As we have heard today, we know COVID has made this landscape even more dire. Indeed, the facts on the ground paint a sobering picture on the situation of girls in Africa. We need to be reminded that efforts being made are simply not enough and commensurate with the myriads of challenges girls are facing, among which I want to highlight 4 issues. 1, harmful practices are still widespread and unyielding. I'm certain that harmful practices such as child marriage, FGM, have not declined at the pace that we expected. Millions of girls still experience them and suffer from their devastating consequences. It only points to the fact that we have not done enough to bring about substantial change from family, communities, national, and continental level. 2, adolescents' mental health is an emerging concern. I have sat on a number of webinars and virtual conversations over the past few months where many adolescent girls shared the anxiety and the stresses that are weighing on them amid this COVID pandemic. They are shouldering mental health problems due to a myriad of facts that add to the emotional, physical, and social burdens that they already face. We must do better around providing a platform for adolescent girls to voice their experiences and generating safe spaces to unpack their problems. As adults, we must create this enabling environment and the appropriate support for them to thrive. It calls for urgent action to address mental health issues before this becomes a crisis. 3, our tendency to undervalue the contribution of girls continue to persist. Let's not forget that women and girls have always been and will continue being the bedrock of African societies, then, now, and in the future. We have the tendency to considerably undervalue their contribution. Unless we invest in our girls, we'll not be able to ensure their development, meet the SDGs, and create a just and inclusive society. We must recognize that such investment may take time to bear fruit, but it is a smart and viable way of breaking the vicious Thank you.